Guten Tag, everyone. That is German for hello. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. It is me, the Review Master 19 here, and the channel is going really well. We're now at 73 subscribers. Again, thank you very much. It means a lot. And I love making content for you guys, and we are back again with Unterseeboot. Remember last time, I believe it was a week ago, we were the Type 7A, this boat, and we couldn't really do much, and we managed to get back to port with, I believe, it was 14,000 tons. Well, Donitz and High Command were very impressed with our exploits, so they've given us a brand new Type 7C. And history fact, the Type 7C was the most used U-boat variant in the war. It had a deck gun, it had an anti-aircraft gun, it could carry 14 torpedoes, whether with the Type 7A we could only carry 7 torpedoes. So, let's get into it. So, as usual, we are going to begin moving our U-boat out, and this time we've got new rules. So, we do the movement phase, and now we do the targeting phase. So, I'm going to try and identify a target. And as usual, we have our 5 tanker dice and our 1 attack dice. We roll the attack die, okay, and we roll the 3. It's not a forced contact, if you look on the reference sheet. If we ever roll a 1, it's a forced contact and there's no target, you remove it entirely, so that means there's less targets. So, we remove this. Oh yeah, we're on turn 1, by the way. So we remove this unidentified target and replace it with an identified target. Now we roll a tanker die. And here's the catch. If it says, like, if you roll a big massive dice, but we are going to roll 1 dice, but if we wanted to, we could roll 2 dice. And this would mean, if we got 1,000 or higher, it would mean the ship would take 2 hits to sink. We're going to go easy. We're going to see what ship we've got. And we've got, 3,000 tonner. Okay, so that's quite a big target. Probably these next ones I might attack. Now we can attack. I'm going to choose my time wisely here. We're not going to attack. We skip to the aircraft phase. We're at periscope depth. So we don't need to attack. Or we don't need to do the aircraft phase. Destroyers will try to detect us, but they don't because we haven't initiated an attack. We do damage control, so we'll move on to turn 2. Okay, so moving to turn 2, I'm going to move my boat, and yes, I forgot to mention, or U-boat, I forgot to mention I need to deplete 2 batteries. So, I'm now going to identify this target. Positive contact. And we're going to roll. Oh, it's a 1,000 tonner. Now here's the thing where things get really interesting. This is why I wanted to save it for later. Now I'm going to fire 2 torpedoes. We don't do aircraft, so instead we're going to go torpedoes. I'm going to fire 2 torpedoes, and you're probably wondering, you couldn't do that with the Type 7A, well you can on the Type 7C. So, we've fired our 2 torpedoes. Los! Torpedo noises. And then we roll a die for both of the targets. So we roll for the first one. It's a hit. That's 3,000 tons on the mark. We roll for the second one. Oh, torpedo missed. So now the destroyer is going to try and detect us. And he has not detected us. So they are aware of our presence because we've attacked, so they are searching. We'll just place a searching marker. Probably wondering I didn't do that in the last turn. That's because we are a Type 7C and this is later in the war, so the Allies are getting more clever. We will then do the damage control phase when we're not damaged, so we're okay. So we'll skip to turn 3. Alright, so skipping to turn 3, we are going to surface the boat, which I know is very risky. And we are going to not identify the target because it's already been identified. So now we need to see if we're spotted by aircraft. Remember, we're spotted on a 1, 2, or a 3. Alarm, crash dive, we've been spotted. Depth charge, yes. Right, the aircraft is now going to try and attack us. But luckily, he missed. So now, I'm going to auxiliary spend and crash dive. So now the aircraft has lost sight of me. You can, in my version, you can only do that so often before. But that was really lucky. Because now if the enemy destroyer did sight us, so we have been automatically detected even though we crash dived. And now we need to see if the destroyer drops depth charges. And in periscope depth 4+, so 6, we take damage, except we roll for damage control. We managed to repair the damage. So we are now going to skip to turn 4 and let's try to evade the ship. So going to turn 4 now. I just remembered we surfaced, didn't we? And we did begin the battery phase surface, so we replenish all of our batteries. Because we're submerged, we are going to go 1. We're then going to move to this one, and we're going to try and identify the next target. So we roll. Oh, can't identify it, but we can identify this target. We don't roll for aircraft. Instead, we fire a torpedo. Except I have 14 torpedoes, so I could be here all day just casually launching torpedoes at these ships. So we'd launch the torpedo. Loss. Oh, bugger. Periscope depth 4+. We got a 3. So unfortunately that missed and the destroyer detects us. He drops depth charges. Oh, 6. So we have been damaged with the damage control. And luckily, we managed to sustain the damage. Right, let's go to turn 5. I'm probably going to go deeper. Okay, I forgot. To turn 5, we are going to go deeper. And we spend a battery. And I think I have enough 3 batteries, and I have auxiliary if I need to. Batteries you can recharge. Auxiliaries you can't. That's why I used it for the crash dive, because if I hadn't have crash dived, the aircraft would have probably shredded me to bits. Aircraft, a U-boat's worst nightmare. Or destroyer. Not yet, Kameraden. Not yet. If you've seen Das Boat, you'll know what that means. So, 3,000 tons on the line. I've moved. We've spent a battery. Yeah, we have. And what is now going to happen is the destroyer, we need to see if he still detects us. And we roll the 3, so we're still detected. He drops depth charges, and we are now at 100 meters. So we see if the depth charges hit. Oh, they hit, but we can't repair. So we're taking a whole hit. And I don't think we can repair that. Hang on, let me check. No. Oh, yes, we can, actually. We can. So we repair that with a 6. If I did something wrong in the comments, let me know. So now we'll move on to turn 6. Moving on to turn 6, we're going to go at 200 meters. And this is where you can lose the destroyer. We spend a battery. I just realised we've only got 2 batteries left, so I need to hurry up. Otherwise, my U-boat's going to be crushed based on the pressure. So, what we are now going to do is we've moved, we have spent a battery, I think we have, yeah we have, and now we roll to see if the destroyer still detects us. Luckily we're not detected anymore, which is good, so they are searching, and when you reach 200 meters the destroyer loses you, but they fire their last depth charges, and on a 6 they drop, but they don't. Now we will need to roll for a hull test. Tiefenmeter, which means meters in German, I believe. I've watched too much Das Boat, forgive me. Really good film, best submarine warfare film ever to exist. So, the hull crush test. So as you know, U-boats, when they reach a certain depth, the hull crushes based on the pressure. We're going to roll. On a 1 or a 2, we are safe. Any higher than that, the hull crushes. Oh, luckily, we got it. We survived. We don't need to do a hull check, so off on to turn 7. Turn 7, we move. we spend a battery. We will then move on to the other phase. Well, I'm going to skip to turn 8. Move, spend a battery. I've just realised we are out of battery. Oh no, we're out of battery. So now, on the next turn, I'm going to have to spend an auxiliary, because I won't be able to charge. So as you can see, the decisions you make in the game are crucial. So now, I've moved, I've spent my battery. I'm going to choose to identify one of these targets. So we identify, and I'm going to choose to identify the left one. So we identified it. What is it? It's a 4,000 tonner. Nice. If ever we get a 6,000 tonner, that's the rule I was going to say. We need 2 torpedo hits to sink. So now I'm going to fire my 2 torpedoes. I'm going to fire 1. Loss. Torpedo away. Ah, missed. So the destroyer will try and detect us now, in which he doesn't. So they're searching, but then they're not. So there's no corvettes or destroyers in the area. So now we skip to turn 9. So we skip to turn 9. I surface. We replenish all of our battery. There we go. And I am now going to choose to identify the next target. Oh, 4, nice. So that's identified. 4,000 tonner. Right, okay. I wanted 6,000 tonner. So now I'm going to fire 2 torpedoes. One at this target and one at the others. Okay, first torpedo, loss. Misses. Second torpedo, loss. Hits. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,000 tons. It's okay, I guess. I want more tonnage. So, because we're on the surface, we then need to roll for aircraft. And I actually just remembered, let's go back a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. We roll for aircraft, we're not spotted, so we're fine. We then move on to the destroy phase, because I've just attacked, and I rolled a 4, so no. And now we'll skip to turn 10. Turn 10, we submerge, spending a battery. I haven't taken any hull hits yet, which is quite unusual. It's good though, the Type 7A is much more stronger than our petty little Type 7A. So we've submerged the boat, we've spent a battery. I'm going to fire a torpedo at the target, so lost. There we go. And oh, it missed. So now the destroyer is going to try and detect us, so we roll. Oh, we've been detected. Azdic bangs against the hull. The crew is on edge. We've rolled a 2. And we're at periscope depth 4, plus they drop depth charges, so they've obviously lost our location. We skip to turn 11 now. Turn 11. We choose to move, so we spend a battery. We're then going to identify this target, and we roll the 3. So yes, we can identify it. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's a 1,000 tonner. Oh, 2 1,000 tonners. Okay. So, I'm now going to replenish my torpedoes, because I have 14. This is a good thing about the Type 7C. It carried 14 torpedoes. So there we go. Please feel free to skip to any parts of the video. I don't know how to do timestamps yet, so please forgive me in that respect. But anyway, we rearm our torpedoes. And we've sighted the target. I'm going to fire 1 torpedo. Loss. There we go. And it hits. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,000 tons. Nice. Still not good. We need higher, otherwise Donitz is going to kick us out. So now we need to roll to see if the destroyer still detects us. He does, so we get depth charges. All 6. Wasserbomben. That means depth charges in German. Oh, okay. We have been damaged. So now we need to roll and see if we repair. Oh, we do not. So we've taken our first hull hit. Right. The crew, they got too cocky, so looks like things aren't going well. So now we move to turn 12. Moving to turn 12, we've got 2 targets on the mark. I'm going to move. Still submerged. And we spend a battery. There we go. And I am not going to identify the target, and we're not going to submerge, or surface, sorry, because aircraft are very high at the moment. So, well, the probability of aircraft are quite high. So we roll. Torpedo, loss. There we go. Oh, another hit. So that's 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000 tons sunk. 13 tons. I don't know why we did so well last time. So, now the destroyer is going to attempt to detect us. Oh, now searching. Okay, so they're still searching. They don't drop depth charges because we're not detected. So now we'll move on to turn 13. Getting extremely close now. We are going to move, and we spend a battery. Probably going to need to surface soon. Can't identify any targets, but we still see if the destroyer detects us. Oh, we're back on the detected mark. He's got us pinned. This time, sonar. It doesn't drop depth charges though, but we are still detected. So now we move on to turn 14. And I'm not going to jump cut. So turn 14. I move. We've only got 1 battery left. Mark the target. We launch 2 torpedoes. First torpedo hits. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,000 tons. Oh, not as good as last time when we sunk 14,000 or 12,000. Okay, so now we just need to get the heck out of here. So we see if we're detected. We are still detected. Oh, no depth charges though. Okay, so now it's just a running game. So we move to turn 15. I surface the boat to replenish my battery, so I can be able to run on the surface and get back to port within 5 turns. There we go. Okay, so that's done. And now we need to do an aircraft check. Oh, 5. No, we're not spotted. The destroyer does sight us. So we are detected. He fires his guns, but we're not damaged. Okay, so now we move on to turn 16. And I won't jump cut for this one. I dive under, spending a battery. I'm probably going to make it within these 4 turns anyway, unless we're hit. So, spend a battery, and we see if we're detected. Yes, we are. He drops depth charges. Oh, okay, hit. We don't repair, so we're taking 2 hull hits. Oh gosh, don't let me get sunk. All right, so now we'll move on to turn 17. Inching closer to port, I move 1 space. We spend a battery. We roll for detection. Oh, luckily, he's now searching. He's still got a bead on us, though, because he's still searching. Okay. Alright, turn 18. We move. We spend a battery. Inching closer to port. We roll for detection again. Oh, yay. He's lost track of us, which means he's lost track of us for the whole game. So, I'm going to fast forward, and we're going to say we've finished our patrol. So let's do our roundup summary and see how we did. Okay, so our mission with Unterseeboot, our second patrol in the Atlantic, we upgraded to a Type 7C. The Type 7A is gone, and we managed to reach our port with 2 hull hits. The crew were exhausted and tired, very wary. Everyone did their part. We were spotted by aircraft, but we crash dived. We had 2 auxiliary powers left. We had 3 eels in our bow tubes. And Donks was incredibly pleased with our success. However, the next mission would require strategy. The crew were very fatigued and looked like they would need a lot of TLA. So, that is the playthrough of Unterseeboot. This is probably going to be the last playthrough of this game. The next game will be Sink the Bismarck, where we'll be playing as the Bismarck, trying to shoot down enemy Berry Swordfish torpedo bombers. Another thing, guys, is DVGs by Stealth by Sea, where we command a group of Italian frogmen, TLCs. We are going to get that game soon. Apart from that, take care, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. If you want to see more submarine games like this, I actually have a printed version of a Spanish game, which I'm going to try and translate because it's never been done before. Apart from that, take care and keep on rolling.